morning, good morning. Welcome to Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy. Hey, thanks for tuning in to the channel. God bless you. Hey, well, if you are new to the channel, let me tell you what we're all about here at Eyes of Faith. I want to bring the things I believe in, the things that bring interest to me, whether it be spiritual things, eyes of faith, the word of God, the truth of God, whether it be sports, which I love. I've been an athlete all my life, track, football, things of that nature. Whether it be politics, I'm passionate about our politics, about our laws, our rules of living. I'm concerned about all the things that help make our culture better. I want us to be able to live a life the way God intended, that's playing by the rules, living according to the rules in a way that pleases and glorifies God. So if this interests you, then Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy is a channel for you. No subject is taboo. We will touch it all: sex, drugs, rock and roll, sports, politics, religion. I mean, if it interests you, we're going to touch it. And let me, by the way, say that if there's a topic that comes up and it interests you, I need you to comment. I need you to tell me, hey, Mike, talk more about that. I want to hear more about that. If there's somewhere talking about it, you're just not interested, I'll understand, but I need your feedback. So again, welcome to Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy. Thanks for tuning in to the channel. If you've already subscribed, thank you, thank you, thank you. And those again who are interested, if you've been here before but haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We need your help. We're trying to grow this channel. We're trying to increase our footprint. We want to have a global reach. We want to impact this world for Christ. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, today we've got, just this hot item. We're talking about sports today. Rah, rah, and the crowd went wild. I was driving yesterday on the way to work, my wife and I, and we heard on the radio that Jerry Jones, he was talking to 105.3 The Fan. And of course, many of these owners and coaches, they have radio shows where they talk about the team, talk about what happened with the team, what happened with the players. So Jerry Jones has a show on Dallas's 105.3 The Fan. And of course, they usually get on and talk about the game the week before, the players, what's going on. Well, apparently, Jerry was not in the greatest mood. Jerry was still kind of in his feelings about the loss. It was a great loss. They lost 47-9 to the Detroit Lions. I would say that they were a little bit embarrassed. And for whatever reason, man, Jerry just begin to tear into this guy. This guy was basically doing his job he does every week in, week out with Jerry. And for whatever reason, Jerry was not feeling it today. He was a little aggravated. So I'm going to share some of that to let you see. I want to let you hear Jerry Jones in his own words. I want to embellish. I'll let you hear. Then I'll come back, give my take on it, because I think it was really kind of off-putting. Jerry was a little salty. He used some strong language that was very inappropriate. I think the way he handled this, I think an apology is coming forward, because I think it's warranted. So I'm going to go and let you hear some of this. So here we go. Listen to Jerry Jones in his own words.
Jerry, there's been a lot of talk about execution. I think you've mentioned it here already. If the execution has become a problem to the extent that you get losses like the ones against New Orleans and Detroit, why are those players still the right ones for your team?
Well, first of all, where are you going to go to get any players? Seriously, where are you going to go to get any players for the next week against San Francisco? Now, number one, I've seen these players. I've seen every one of them execute like you want the plays to be executed and do their job within the role. That didn't happen the other day, and we paid the consequences for us. But I've seen the players do it. I know we have outstanding personnel, very outstanding personnel. We just made our quarterback the highest paid player in the NFL. We've just topped the receiver list charts. So we made our bed relative to how we're going to approach with our key people with the team. We were shorthanded out there on defense, but everybody gets shorthanded. That's really not an excuse in the NFL. Your depth should step up there, and you should be able, if you can, to compensate to some degree. You can't compensate for the gap, so to speak, that we had between the way our offense played and the way we were supposed to play. Now, I'm going to give Detroit a lot of credit for that. They came after us and got after us, and they put guys on top of every offensive lineman you had, and they came at it and put the kind of pressure that gave Dak a lot of problems and gave our running game a lot of problems. We've got to be able to handle that.
Jerry, I think the counter back when you said where are you going to get the players, you can't get them this week is, and you're aware of all the off-season topics.
Yeah, but what is your counter? What is your damn counter?
My counter.
Wow. Wow. Jerry said, what is your damn counter? That's the first instance that we sensed Jerry was a little ticked. He was okay for a minute with the first little question, but then when the guy said, I have a counter to what you said about guys not executing and being ready and needing to step up, he said, I want to counter what you said. And Jerry right away said, what you say? So Jerry let us know right there, man, you don't know the crap you talking about now. You need to hold on. Let's go ahead.
Counter
I really want to know where you would go get it. Now, don't tell me about should gotten a guy in the off season.
Why not?
This isn't a damn word argument just because I'm not arguing with you.
Wow.
I'm dealing with how we line up against San Francisco, not what I did wrong last week or last month or 2 months ago or 2 years ago. If I really gave you guys a list of all the things I've done wrong over the last few years, you couldn't be on this program for the next 5 years steady and go over it. But every now and then you do some right things, and at the end of the day, you add it up, and the rights give you a better spot than the wrongs. But if you think for any minute right now, there'll be one Super Bowl champion. What do the others do wrong? There's one Super Bowl champion. Now, we want to be that champion. And I'm sure not throwing the towel in today because of what happened out there Sunday. But I'm not going to sit here and waste a lot of energy, a lot of time. Let's talk about what I should have done back in 1907 or 2017. Shit, Ben. Come on. I've got more time than that, and I actually don't even have time on this great show for looking back at decisions.
6 years ago, I had it all. 2 years later, I lost everything.
Okay. So, Jerry, 1970, a little different from this past off season in building the team we're talking about today, which there was a lot of criticism that you guys didn't add, didn't spend, and don't add and don't spend and are not aggressive enough with some of the problems that are still haunting the Cowboys today that we see play out on the field. That's the point of talking about the off season.
I remember those criticisms very well. Okay, so what?
Are they playing out to be accurate?
What's your point?
My point is, it seems like
Listen, let me tell you what I'll do. About it.
Wow.
I will let us sit down and look at the decisions we've made over the last several years. Okay? I'll look at it. Now, if you think I'm interested on a damn phone call with you over a radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. I'm not. And I really don't. And I don't even want our listeners to listen to me.
Jerry said, man, you must be smoking something because I ain't finna put up with this crap. Man, Jerry was in his feelings. Jerry Jones was all in his feelings. You know what I think? This is what I think. I think Jerry Jones embarrassed. He just gave Dak Prescott $260 million. And I didn't watch the game, but apparently the Cowboys were in the red zone twice, and Dak either fumbled or threw an interception. came away with no touchdown. You just gave a guy $260 million, and you get into the red zone. For those of you who don't know, the red zone is when you within 20 yards of scoring a touchdown, and you don't score a touchdown. And I just gave you $260 million. I just paid a receiver the next second or third highest paid receiver in the league, and y'all can't get me a touchdown. And they came to Dallas. They came to Dallas and embarrassed themselves. Jerry is in his feelings, okay?
To talk about, this is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to
So
ask
y'all get
why.
a job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong.
Wow.
If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry,
okay. Y'all really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong and without going over the rights?
Well,
now, listen, we both know we're talking to a lot of great fans and a lot of great listeners.
Jerry.
And I am very sorry for what happened out there Sunday. I'm sick about what happened Sunday. Now, I'm not talking to these yahoos on the end of this phone.
Wow.
I'm talking to you, the fans that are listening this morning. And we can spend a lot of time going over zigging and zagging. One of the stupidest things I've ever done that anybody has ever analyzed is by the Cowboys. It was an idiot that did that. So idiot things can turn into good decisions. Okay? Smart things can turn into bad decisions. The facts are that when you make one, you don't really know whether it's going to be good or not at the time. So let's just go ahead. I'm trying to answer your questions, man. You want some conversation this morning? You're getting it.
Jerry Jones here on the Fan. Jerry, are you worried about fan apathy setting in?
Well, I'm not worried about fan apathy. If you saw the letters and things I'm getting, that's the last thing from apathy.
Wow. The only thing I can say is wow. Jerry Jones was peed off. Jerry Jones was in his feelings. Jerry said he was sick about the loss, but I'm going to tell you straight up, Jerry wasn't sick about that loss. Cowboys been losing for the last 35 years. What Jerry is sick about is he just gave this big 6'3" ninja, Dak Prescott, $260 million, and he was in the red zone and couldn't score. Jerry's ticked off as he gave CeeDee Lamb all that money and he couldn't catch a touchdown. Jerry was embarrassed that he went on the line and put all his money out, and these guys embarrassed him. And for these guys to get him on the phone while he's already in his feelings, listen, these radio hosts did not deserve this. These guys have been doing this week in and week out, but that particular day, I believe it was Wednesday morning, Jerry had enough. Maybe his wife, maybe his son, maybe other people were calling in to his house, blowing up his email, blowing up his text, and Jerry had added up to here. And these radio hosts, they got it all. Jerry said, so you want to talk about this? Well, now we talking. If you don't ask the right question, I'm going to fire you. He said, I ain't joking. Wow, man, you're going to openly threaten these guys, Jerry? Jerry threatened them. He said, listen, man, I pay you to ask the questions. You ask the questions I want you to ask, not what you feel like. Don't try to put me on the spot. Don't try to put me on blast. Wow. I'm going to say these guys did not deserve this. This was unwarranted. I think the league should demand Jerry apologize to these radio hosts. I think an apology is coming forth. I'm telling you right now, because it is detrimental to the league that anybody would do anything to bring cast in aspersions on the league. And I think Jerry, as an owner, is doing something that would hurt the brand of the NFL. So I think Jerry will be issuing an apology and to lay his feelings on the line and to tell these men who their only job is to talk about the game, to talk about the play, to talk about who played right, who didn't, to talk about what are you going to do going forward, how are you going to fix it, what other questions are these guys going to ask Jerry? Well, Jerry, how's your wife doing? Jerry, how's the lawn looking? Jerry, how's the stock market? What else are they going to ask Jerry Jones? They're going to ask him about this game, ask him about the mistakes, ask him about Dak Prescott's mindset, ask him about Mike McCarthy. Are you going to keep him? Is he doing better? Should you fire him in the middle of the season? What else are they going to ask you, Jerry Jones? What else are they supposed to ask you, Jerry Jones? No, you're going to pull out your attitude. You're going to pull up your big stick and threaten these guys. And man, you know, my wife and I were talking. This guy, you could hear the trembling in the guy's voice after Jerry pretty much threatened his job, threatened his career. I mean, the guy's boss is probably listening. What's he going to say? He was continuing to try to ask questions, but Jerry pretty much just threatened you and the radio station of probably a nice check that they're getting. So what are they going to do? What are they going to do? That was wrong. I think Jerry was wrong with that. So anyway, hey, let me know what you think. Do you think these guys deserved it? Do you think Jerry was wrong? Come on now. Give me some feedback. Let me know. If you like this content we're currently pushing, let me know. If you want more sports content, I'm willing to bring it. But I need your feedback. Do you think Jerry was wrong? Do you think he's caught up in his feelings? Let me know. Let me know. This is the Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy. And hey, we're trying to do our level best to bring you some good content so you can be better. God bless you and God keep you.